Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Caitanya Book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on September 5th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Mangalangayate Goyam Yatipata Vahan Mande Sri Guru Ninataninam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isram Hare Om Tat Sat. So we'll continue the compilation of the Krishna Caitanya Book.
So we will continue the compilation of the Krishna Caitanya Book.
Lord Chaitanya left Navadvip to take sannyas.
Lord Chaitanya left Navadvip to take sannyas.
Last days we've been discussing the lamentation and separation of the devotees in Navadvip.
So for last couple of days we have been discussing lamentation in separation of the devotees in Navadvip.
Now we're catching up with Lord Vishwambar, where he went.
So now we are catching up with Lord Vishwambar, where he went.
The title of today is
The title of today is Sri Vishwambar Deva approaches Keshava Bharati for sannyas.
চৈতন্য চরিতামৃত আদিলীলা তৎকালে কেশব ভারতীর নবদ্বীপে প্রভু গৃহে ভিক্ষা গ্রহণ এই দৃঢ় যুক্তি করি প্রভু আছে ঘরে কেশব ভারতী আইলা নদিয়া নগরে.
After coming to this firm conclusion, the Lord continued to stay at home. In the meantime, Keshav Bharati came to the town of Nadia.
প্রভু তারে নমস্করি কইল নিমন্ত্রণ ভিক্ষা করাইয়া তারে কইল নিবেদন.
The Lord offered him respectful obeisances and invited him to his house. After feeding him sumptuously, he submitted him his petition. According to the system of Vedic society, whenever an unknown sannyasi comes to a village or town, someone must invite him to take prasadam in his home. Sannyasis generally take prasadam in the house of a brahmana because the brahmana worships the Lord Narayana Shila or Shalagrama Shila. And therefore, there is prasadam that the sannyasi may take. Keshav Bharati accepted the invitation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, the Lord had good opportunity to explain his desire to take sannyas from him.
ভারতের নিকট প্রভুর নিবেদন তুমি তো ঈশ্বর বটে বট সাক্ষাৎ নারায়ণ কৃপা করি কর মোরে সংসার মোচন.
Sir, you are directly Narayana. Therefore, please be merciful unto me. Deliver me from this material bondage.
ভারতীর উক্তি ভারতী কহে না তুমি ঈশ্বর অন্তর্যামী যে কহ সে করিব স্বতন্ত্র নহি আমি.
Keshav Bharati replied to the Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul. I must do whatever you cause me to do. I am not independent of you.
So Keshav Bharati Maharaj, he replied to Lord Gauranga. Lord Gauranga is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So Keshav Bharati Maharaja, he replied to Lord Gauranga that Lord Gauranga is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
As the Super Soul, he is directing the activities of all the conditioned souls.
As the Super Soul, he is directing the activities of all the conditioned souls.
So that Keshav Bharati Maharaj is saying that
So that Keshav Bharati Maharaj is saying that
since Lord Chaitanya is the independent Lord,
since Lord Chaitanya is the independent Lord,
that whatever he wants, certainly Keshav Bharati will do.
so that whatever he wants, certainly Keshav Bharati will do.
Keshav Bharati did not accept that he was Narayan.
But Keshav Bharati did not accept that he was Narayan.
As a spiritual master, he is Sakshat Narayan.
As the spiritual master, he is Sakshat Narayan.
He is representative of Narayan.
He is representative of Narayan.
But he is not Narayan himself,
But he is not Narayan himself.
although he offered respect like we would offer to Lord Narayan.
Although he is offered respect like we would offer respect to Lord Narayan,
The Supreme Lord.
the Supreme Lord.
ভারতের কাটোয়ার প্রত্যাবর্তন ও প্রভুর তৎসমীপে সন্ন্যাস গ্রহণ। এত বলি ভারতী গোসাই কাটোয়াতে গেলা, মহাপ্রভু তাহা যায় সন্ন্যাস করিলা।
After saying this, Keshav Bharati, the spiritual master, went back to his village, Katwa. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there and accepted the renounced order of life sannyas, purport by Srila Prabhupada. At the end of his 24th year, at the end of the 4th night of the waxing moon, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left Navadvip and crossed the river Ganges at a place known as Nidayarghat. Then he reached Kantakanagara or Katwa, where he accepted Ekadanda Sannyas according to the Shankarite system. Since Keshava Bharati belonged to the Shankarite sect, he could not initiate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu into the Vaishnava Sannyas order, whose members carry three danda. Chandrasekhara Acharya assisted in the routine ceremonial work of the Lord's acceptance of sannyas. By the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kirtan was performed for the entire day, and at the end of the day, the Lord shaved off his hair. On the next day, he became a regular sannyasi with one rod Ekadhanda. From that day on, his name was Sri Krishna Caitanya. Before that, he was known as Nimai Pandit. Sri Krishna Caitanya Mahaprabhu is the sannyas order. In the sannyas order, traveled all over Rad Desh, the region where the Ganges river cannot be seen. Keshav Bharati accompanied him for some distance.
So this purport gives a brief overview of the activities that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
So this purport gives an overview of the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
in his acceptance of sannyas
in his acceptance of sannyas
from Keshav Bharati.
from Keshava Bharati. Chaitanya Mangal.
এথা গৌরহরি শীঘ্র চলিলা সত্তর, কোটি কুঞ্জর মত্ত গমন সুন্দর।
Lord Gaurahari went very quickly
Lord Gaurahari went very quickly,
proceeding to Katra.
proceeding to Katwa,
Walking like a beautiful wild elephant.
walking like a beautiful wild elephant.
ঝড় ঝড় নয়নে ঝরয়ে প্রেম ধারা পুলকে আকুল অঙ্গ সোনার কিশোরে
Streams of tears of spiritual love flowed from his eyes.
Streams of tears of spiritual love flowed from his eyes.
His hairs were standing on end.
His hairs were standing on end,
All over his golden body.
all over his golden body,
His youthful golden body.
his youthful golden body.
ঊর্ধ্ববাস কেশ প্রভু করিয়া বন্ধন মথুরায় মল্ল যেন করিয়াছে গমন
His hair, Lord Gauranga's hair was tied
Lord Gauranga's hair was tied
upwardly.
tied upwardly.
He walked like a wrestler of Mathura.
He walked like a wrestler of Mathura.
রাধার বিরহ ভাবে হইয়া আকুল কোথা রাধা গেলা মোর কোথায় গোকুল
He was overwhelmed in feelings of separation in the mood of Radharani.
He was overwhelmed in the mood of feelings of separation, in the mood of Radharani.
He was thinking,
He was thinking,
where has Radha gone?
where has Radha gone?
Where is my Gokul?
Where is my Gokul?
Lord Chaitanya was Krishna in the mood of Radharani.
So Lord Chaitanya was Krishna in the mood of Radharani.
He was feeling the mood of separation of Radharani.
He was feeling the mood of separation of Radharani.
Where is Radha? Where is Krishna?
Where is Radha? Where is Krishna?
Where is Gokul?
Where is Gokul?
He was overwhelmed, overcome by this emotion
He was overwhelmed, overcome by this emotion
of separation of Krishna.
of separation of Krishna,
Of Radha and Krishna.
of Radha and Krishna.
সে গমন ক্ষণে ক্ষণে মন্থর হইয়া মালসাড মারে ক্ষণে চৌদিকে চাইয়া
As he went
As he went,
in this way, step by step,
in this way, step by step,
his feelings of love increased,
his feelings of love increased,
and he struck his arms,
and he struck his arms,
and one time he looked all around.
and at one time he looked all around.
এই মতে প্রেমাবেশে চলি যায় পথে অখিলের গুরু মোর প্রভু জগন্নাথে
In this way, he went on the pathway
So in this way he walked on the pathway,
filled with ecstatic spiritual love.
filled with ecstatic spiritual love.
Spiritual master of everyone.
The spiritual master of everyone.
my master,
My master,
Lord Jagannath.
my master Lord Jagannath.
There's a saying that Lord Jagannath is not different from Lord Gauranga.
There is a saying that Lord Jagannath is non different from Lord Gauranga.
Lord Jagannath is stationary in the temple,
Lord Jagannath is stationary in the temple,
and Lord Chaitanya is walking.
and Lord Chaitanya is walking.
But actually, there's no difference between Lord Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya.
Actually, there is no difference between Lord Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya.
Lord Chaitanya is the walking form of Lord Jagannath.
Lord Chaitanya, he is the walking form of Lord Jagannath.
কাঞ্চন নগরে আইলা প্রভু বিশ্বম্ভর যথা আছে কেশব ভারতী নাশিবর
Lord Vishwambar, he arrived at Katwa,
So Lord Vishwambar, he arrived at Katwa,
where is situated Keshav Bharati,
where is situated Keshava Bharati,
the best of the sannyasis.
the best of the sannyasis.
প্রভুর কেশব ভারতীর সমীপে গমন ও কৃপা যাচ্চা অভিনয় গঙ্গা পার হইয়া শ্রী গৌরাঙ্গ সুন্দর সেই দিনে আইলেন কণ্ঠনগর
After crossing the Ganges,
So after crossing the Ganges,
Lord Sri Gauranga Sundar,
Lord Sri Gauranga Sundar,
he arrived that day
he arrived that day
at Katwa, which is also known as
Kantak Nagar,
at Katwa.
which is also known as Katwa.
No, he arrived at Katwa, which is also known as Kantak Nagar.
He arrived in Katwa, which is also known as Kantak Nagar.
Actually, Katwa is about 40 kilometers north of Navadvip, Mayapur.
Actually, Katwa is about 40 kilometers north from Navadvip, Mayapur.
So to reach there in one day,
So he reached there in one day. So to reach there in one day,
the Lord would have to be walking very fast.
the Lord would have been walking very fast.
And normally, in one day, you see a person at normal speed,
Normally, in one day, usually a person with a normal speed,
maybe walk 20, 25 kilometers.
maybe he'd walk 20 to 25 kilometers.
So, since he covered 40 kilometers in one day,
So since he covered 40 kilometers in one day,
it means he was walking very fast.
that means he's walking very fast.
যারে যারে আজ্ঞা প্রভু পূর্বে করেছিলা তাহারাও অল্পে অল্পে আসিয়া মিলিলা শ্রী অবধূত চন্দ্র গদাধর মুকুন্দ শ্রী চন্দ্রশেখর আচার্য আর ব্রহ্মানন্দ
Lord Gauranga had given instruction to Lord Nityananda
Lord Gauranga had given instructions to Lord Nityananda
who he could tell about his taking sannyas.
who could he tell about his taking sannyas.
Lord, I told that previously.
He told that previously.
So they came they came to the Katwa,
So they came to Katwa.
gradually, and there they met with the Lord.
There and gradually they met with the Lord.
This was Lord Nityananda,
This was Lord Nityananda,
bracket Avadut Chandra,
bracket Avadut Chandra,
Gadadhar Pandit,
Gadadhar Pandit,
Mukunda Datta,
Mukunda Datta,
Chandrasekhar Acharya,
Chandrasekhar Acharya,
and Ramananda Bharati.
and Brahmananda Bharati. Sri Gaurasundar planned his acceptance of sannyas at the house of Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya. Sri Nityananda, Gadadhar, Mukunda, and Brahmananda Bharati were present there at that time.
প্রভুর সন্ন্যাসকালে নিতাই আচার্যরত্ন ও মুকুন্দ সঙ্গে নিত্যানন্দ চন্দ্রশেখর আচার্য মুকুন্দ দত্ত এই তিন কইল সর্ব
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
Okay.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, three personalities were with him to perform all the necessary activities. They were Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Mukunda Datta.
In Katwa, under on that tree there, there's the seats of the 5 personalities.
In Katwa, under the tree there is the seats of the 5 personalities.
These 3,
3
and also Gadadhar and Ramananda Bharati.
and also Gadadhar and Brahmananda Bharati.
It seems that these 3 did the actual activities
Since these 3 did the actual activities
to help the Lord take sannyas.
to help the Lord to take sannyas,
It means to get ready the fire sacrifice.
which means to get ready the fire sacrifice,
Ekadanda,
Ekadanda,
the sannyas cloths,
the sannyas cloths,
sannyas kopin,
the sannyas kaupin,
and various things.
and various things,
Arrange the barber.
and arrange the barber.
So these things apparently were done by Lord Nityananda Prabhu.
These things were apparently done by Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya,
And Mukunda Datta.
and Mukunda Datta.
আইলেন প্রভু যতা কেশব ভারতী মত্ত সিংহ প্রায় প্রিয় বর্গের সংহতি
Lord Gauranga, with his intimate associates,
Lord Gauranga, with his
his dear associates,
Lord Gauranga, with his dear associates,
he arrived like a maddened elephant
he arrived like a maddened elephant
at the ashram of Keshav Bharati.
at the ashram of Keshav Bharati.
অদ্ভুত দেহের জ্যোতি দেখিয়া তাহান উঠিলেন কেশব ভারতী পুণ্যবান
Upon seeing the Lord Gauranga's wonderful bodily effulgence,
Upon seeing the Lord Gauranga's wonderful bodily effulgence,
Keshav Bharati Maharaj, the pious Keshav Bharati Maharaj stood up.
the pious Keshav Bharati Maharaj stood up.
পরম ভক্তি করি প্রণাম করে উঠিয়া সভ্রমে নাসি নারায়ণ স্মরে
Lord Gauranga offered his obeisances
So Lord Gauranga offered his obeisances
with great devotion.
with great devotion.
Keshavarti quickly got up and remembered Lord Narayana.
Keshava Bharati quickly got up and remembered Lord Narayana.
ধন্যবাদ প্রণাম করিয়া প্রভু তানে কর জোর করি স্তুতি করেন আপনে।
Lord Gauranga offered his prostrated obeisances
Lord Gauranga offered his prostrated obeisances
to Keshavarti
to Keshava Bharati.
with folded hands. He offered various prayers.
With folded hands, he offered various prayers.
অনুগ্রহ তুমি মোরে কর মহাশয়, পতিত পাবন তুমি মহাকৃপাময়।
Oh, Master, please be merciful to me.
Master, please be merciful to me.
Please have your mercy on me.
Please have your mercy on me.
Oh, respected Master,
Oh, respected Master,
you are the most compassionate, the great compassionate deliverer of the fallen.
you are the great compassionate deliverer of the fallen.
So it's very difficult to translate this part of the Chaitanya Leela.
So it is very difficult to translate this part of the Chaitanya Leela.
I think that the Bengali words
I think that the Bengali words
have so much emotion and respect.
has so much of emotion and respect.
It's difficult to actually say that in English.
It is difficult to actually to say that in English.
I mean, you give the literary translation, but
Maybe we can give the literary translation, but
in common English usage,
in common English usage,
you don't find such a respectful mentioning.
in common English, you don't find the usage of such a respectful mentioning.
I don't know, maybe in the royal parlance,
I don't know, maybe in the royal palace,
they have such things.
they have such things.
But I hear the word Mahakripamoy.
Here the word Mahakripamoy.
Kripamoy means filled with compassion,
Kripamoy means filled with compassion,
filled with mercy.
filled with mercy.
And Maha
Maha.
means great.
Maha means great.
But actually, to say that, how do you say that and give that sweetness?
Actually, how to say that to keep the sweetness?
Patit Pavan to me. Patit Pavan
Patit Pavan to me. Patit Pavan
means the deliverer of the fallen.
means the deliverer of the fallen.
It's very sweetly expressed.
But it is very sweetly expressed.
So we're trying to present this in the English language,
So we are trying to present this in the English language.
but actually, to get the full emotion,
But actually, to get the full emotion,
you need to relish the original Bengali.
you need to relish the original Bengali.
His Holy Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati of Prabhupada Thakur
His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur
had said that people will learn Bengali just to understand these verses of the Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat.
has said that people will learn Bengali just to understand the verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat,
etc.
etc.
And you can see that Lord Chaitanya's poetic surrender to Keshavarti, it's very sweet.
So, you can see that Lord Chaitanya's poetic surrender to Keshav Bharati, it is very sweet.
বড় ভাগ্য মানি দোহে সরস সম্ভার বিশ্বম্ভর বলে মোরে করহ সন্ন্যাস
So both of them, Lord Gauranga and Keshavarti, felt that they were blessed.
So both of them, Lord Gauranga and Keshav Bharati, felt that they were blessed
Are very fortunate.
or very fortunate.
And they taught with feelings out, with emotional feelings
So they talked with emotional feelings
of spiritual love.
of spiritual love.
And Lord Vishwambar requested,
So Lord Vishwambar requested,
please give me sannyas.
please give me sannyas.
এই মনে দুইজনে আছে কালে আইলা নিত্যানন্দ চন্দ্রশেখর আদি মেলে
And these two thus met each other.
As these two thus met each other,
At that time, Lord Nityananda, Chandrasekhar, and others also arrived.
at that time, Lord Nityananda, Chandrasekhar, and others also arrived.
সন্ন্যাসীকে নমস্করি প্রভু নমস্কারে হাসিয়া কহে প্রভু ভালো হইল আইলে
So, the arriving devotees offered their obeisances to the sannyasi Keshavarti, and they offered their obeisances to Lord Vishwambar.
So the arriving devotees offered their obeisances to Sannyasi Keshav Bharati and offered their obeisances to Lord Vishwambar,
Who smiled
who smiled
and said,
said,
quote,
quote,
"It's good you have come."
"It's good that you have come."
তোমার গমনে মোর সকলে মঙ্গল সন্ন্যাস হইব মোর জনম সফল
Your arrival is all auspicious for me.
Your arrival is all auspicious for me.
I will accept sannyas.
I will accept sannyas.
Now my birth in this world will bear its auspicious fruit.
Now my birth in this world will bear its auspicious fruit.
এই বলিয়া পুনঃ ভারতী সম্ভাষে প্রণতি মিনতি করে সন্ন্যাসের আসে
After speaking these words,
After speaking these words,
again the Lord Gauranga spoke with Keshavarti Maharaj.
again Lord Gauranga spoke with Keshava Bharati Maharaj.
He offered him again obeisances and prayers.
He offered him again obeisances and prayers.
with a desire to accept sannyas.
with the desire to accept sannyas.
তুমি সে দিবারে পারো কৃষ্ণ প্রাণনান নিরবধি কৃষ্ণচন্দ্র বসয়ে তোমার।
Krishna, Lord Krishna Chandra, always sits in your heart.
Lord Krishna Chandra always sits in your heart,
And therefore you are qualified.
and therefore you are qualified.
Give me, Lord Krishna, a life of my soul, my life and soul.
Give me, Lord Krishna, my life.
Lord of my life.
Give
the
me,
Lord.
Lord Krishna, the Lord of my life.
কৃষ্ণ দাস্য বিনু মোর নহে কিছু আন হেন উপদেশ তুমি মোরে দেহ দান।
Other than the service of Lord Krishna,
Other than the service of Lord Krishna,
I do not desire anything else.
I do not desire anything else.
Therefore, please give me instructions
Therefore, please give me instructions
accordingly.
accordingly. Some people consider Sri Keshav Bharati as a disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puri. Sri Gaur-Sundar said to Keshav Bharati, "You have accepted Krishna Chandra as your beloved Lord within your heart. I do not want anything else. I desire only that Krishna will accept my service. Please bestow such mercy on me."
প্রভুর প্রেম বিকার ও মুকুন্দ আদির কীর্তন। প্রেম জলে অঙ্গ ভাসে প্রভুর কহিতে হুঙ্কার করিয়া শেষে লাগিলা নাচিতে।
And Lord Gauranga was speaking.
As Lord Gauranga was thinking,
His body seemed to be floating in the water of ecstatic love. In the water of ecstatic love.
as Lord Gauranga was speaking, his body seems to float in the water of ecstatic love.
He loudly shouted,
He loudly shouted,
and at the end, he was dancing.
and at the end he was dancing.
গাইতে লাগিলা মুকুন্দ আদি ভক্তগণ নিজা বেশে মত্ত নাচে শ্রী শচীনন্দন।
So Mukunda Datta and others,
So Mukunda Datta and others,
all the devotees,
all the devotees,
they began to sing.
they began to sing.
And Lord Sachinandan,
As Lord
Sri
Sachinandan,
Sachinandan,
as Lord Sri Sachinandan,
the son of Mother Sachi,
the son of Mother Sachi,
danced in his own mood,
danced in his own mood,
danced madly in his own ecstatic mood.
danced madly in his own ecstatic mood.
বহু লোকের প্রভু দর্শনে আগমন ও নিমিষের নয়নের প্রভু দর্শন। অর্বুদ অর্বুদ লোক শুনি সেই ক্ষণে আসিয়া মিলিলা নাহি জানি কোথা হতে।
Millions and millions of people
Millions and millions of people
hearing that Lord Gauranga was there,
Hearing that Lord Gauranga was there,
they all appeared.
they appeared.
And they arrived there,
They arrived there,
and no one knew where they came from.
and no one knew where they came from.
So here, a koti is 10 million.
A koti is 10 million,
And Ahut
and Adbhut
is more than that.
is more than that. Hari Bol.
Hundreds of kotis.
Hundreds and hundreds of kotis.
And there are a lot of people here.
That means a lot of people here. Hari Bol.
দেখিয়া প্রভুর রূপ পরম সুন্দর এক দৃষ্টে পান সবে করে নিরন্তর
With unblinking eyes,
With unblinking eyes,
they all continuously drank
they all continuously drank
Lord Gauranga's exquisite beauty.
exquisite beauty,
Lord Gauranga's forms exquisite beauty.
Lord Gauranga's forms exquisite beauty.
So somehow or other, a word of Lord Gauranga's presence in Katra
So somehow or other, the word of Lord Gauranga's presence in Katwa
got out. And huge crowds of people arrived there
and huge crowd of people arrived there
to see the Lord.
to see the Lord.
And seeing the Lord's incomparable transcendental beauty,
And seeing the Lord's incomparable transcendental beauty,
they were amazed.
they were amazed.
They're drinking His beauty with their eyes.
They were drinking His beauty with their eyes. Hari Bol.
Thus end the chapter.
Thus ends the chapter. Sri Vishwambar Deva approaches Keshav Bharati.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.